Hey guys, and welcome back to the Junk Bin Challenge, where each week we try to find a good game that's $5 or less. And today we're going to be looking at Animorphs on the Game Boy Color. Animorphs is an actual franchise from the 90s that started off as a series of children's books that did eventually move to TV and video games, and of course their own toy line that ran alongside that as well. I actually grew up with the franchise, and I actually did not know video games were not part of the franchise until I started doing this challenge. I was in my local game store looking at Game Boy games, and I just so happened to see this line there for $4. My first reaction was, they made an Animorphs game? And eventually I've come to regret that answer. What was the plot of the game? 4 Andalite processors got stolen, and it's your job to retrieve them back. Which, in a genius move, means you can segment this game into missions, making it more playable on the go, hence why it's on the Game Boy Color. But the downside of that is that these missions are extremely short. After I got done beating Mission 3, I had some serious trouble with Mission 4, so I had to look up a walkthrough to help me through it. It wasn't until then that I found out that this is actually a very popular game to speedrun. And what I mean by speedrun, some people are able to get this game done in less than 30 minutes. 30 minutes? Shoot, it takes me slightly longer to beat Kirby's Dream Land. I expected a little bit more from my early 2000s action RPG game. RPG? Well, speaking of which, let's get into the gameplay. The gameplay consists of basically 2 things: the overworld and the battle screen. The overworld is basically what you expect. It's a top-down view. It looks about what you would expect from a Game Boy Color action game, the Link Pokemon inspired, especially from the time frame it came from. And then you have the battle screen, which, take a look at this. In my life, I have never played a real hardcore Pokemon ripoff game until now. And with this battle system, oh my, this battle system has my blood boiling. How bad does it make my blood boil? Well, let's put it like this. As you can see here, it looks like Pokemon. It plays like Pokemon. The only thing it's missing is an item part of the menu when you actually have a fight to select your moves, a run part to run away from the fight, and another selection to change your morph. Let's dive deeper into this actual battle portion, just so I can rip this thing a new one and get this over with. First and foremost, let's talk about the Morph System. In the actual storyline, the characters can store animal DNA into themselves and recall upon it at any time they like. Shoot! In even one of the one-shot books, one person actually got T-Rex DNA and used it throughout the whole story. Now granted, they retconned it so that he can use it later down the road, but still, in this game, each morph has its own health, and when the health depletes, the morph disappears. What kind of sense does this make? According to the lore of the show, these morphs are supposed to be with them forever. If you wanted to copy Pokemon to the fullest extent. Make us have some kind of backlog of morphs that we can call upon at any time. Or, okay, granted, the Game Boy Color didn't really have that kind of capability. So what it did is give us like a mission setup where we can only take select morphs, but not take away a morph every single time one of them loses health. That means I would have to go back to that same animal and try to get their DNA back again. But oh wait, that's a one-of-a-kind morph. Once you got it and lost it, that's it, you're done. You will not get that morph back again. And the sad part is, some of these morphs are required to beat the boss. Granted, the boss is nothing but a bigger, tougher creature that you've already faced. Oh yeah, pro tip, keep the dog. Don't lose the dog morph at all. He will rip through any alien that you come across throughout the whole game. The only ones you have problems with are the bosses. That's it. After that, you mostly just grab a lion, a tiger, a bear, not really joking, or a polar bear, or orca, or an elephant, and they will just rip those guys asunder. But that is not the thing you gotta worry about. The one thing you gotta worry about in this game is its RNG. The RNG in this game is horrendous. There's been multiple upon multiple times where I'm sitting there trying to fight something, and the RNG is making us both just keep missing our attacks. I'm not sure how it works. I'm really not sure how it's supposed to work. I know it's working my nerves to the last instance. It works my nerves so much that I eventually quit. This is the first game. I know this is episode 2. I got close. I got to the last little part where I was almost at the final boss, and I had to quit. And it's not just the RNG. It's not just the broken battling system. Oh, let's go in further into depth about the battling system, not past the RNG. Granted, in Pokemon, there's a weakness system. If you're going to copy Pokemon, copy every aspect of the Pokemon battling system, because that means they involve stats, special moves, special abilities, weaknesses, strengths. What can those Pokemon do outside of the battle as well? Because that does mean a lot, especially in this game alone. You use morphs outside battle a lot. Oh wait, there is somewhat of a weakness system in this game. But it means jack squat when the dog morph is the most powerful morph in the game, when it can take down one of these in 4 hits. How? How can it take down one of these in 4 hits? To keep in mind, these things are also supposed to be 7 feet tall. How? How can the weakness system say that this tiny little dog that is about the size of a border collie can take down a 7-foot tall muscular anthropomorphic lizard alien that has razor sharp blades on their wrist, elbows, ankles, tails, and head? They're basically a walking, talking alien blender, but yet my border collie can kill it in 4 bites. How? Now, granted, it says in the instruction booklet that larger creatures will have trouble against smaller, more agile creatures. Granted, yes, but still, this makes no context and sense. When you're presenting a creature to me that says they're supposed to be big, strong, and powerful, I expect them to always be big, strong, and powerful. When someone throws a Mewtwo in my face, I should be crapping a brick, because he is, well, he's only about 5'7", but still, he is strong and powerful. If he wanted to, psychically backhand me into the next state. But yet, my border collie can somehow just come up to him, yip a few times, and he's done. He's over with. But that's the downside when it comes to any of the morphs. They are just needed to take down the main boss. They're pretty much useless. Look at the snake here. All it can do is venom and all this. Now the downside is, when it comes to actual strategy in these games, there is none. The RNG is your only deciding factor in these fights. What do I mean by that? It's because these defensive moves keep stacking onto each other, but you lose those stacks the minute you get hit. And they work both ways. So the minute your opponent opens up with a defensive move and it's successful, the worst part is the RNG is not in your favor. There was plenty of times where I went up against a boss. He got in one defensive move, and after that, I could not hit him until he went through all of my morphs until I got down to the flippin' bat. And then I was able to only do piddly squat damage to this 200 HP behemoth. When my bat only had less than 100 HP, and I'm only doing single-digit damage to him. And of course, he knocked that thing out too. And then let's talk about the mini-games. Oh dear lord, the mini-games in this game. At certain points of the mission, you will have to do a mini-game. They're basically glorified side-scrolling jumping puzzles. And the thing is, thanks to the way these things are programmed, your hitbox is so big. You can barely graze these obstacles and you'll instantly get knocked out. You have 3 tries and then you have to go game over. And what makes this even more infuriating and what made me quit is the checkpoint system sucks. What do I mean by that? Oh, let's say in mission 4. I've tried clearing this minigame multiple times and failed. This is what made me rage quit and pretty much stop playing the game. I found out that I was literally on the other side of that was the final boss. So I was like, you know what? I'm done with this. I've played as far as I could without my blood boiling to basically sun surface levels of angry. And I spent literally 2 days on this last mission alone to get it done. What infuriates me even more is that after looking walkthroughs, I found out people are speedrunning this game and getting it done in 28 minutes. You can get this game done in 28 minutes. I'm so used to Game Boy Color games, or Game Boy games in general, able to last me a good while in the car. We used to take vacations down to Florida every year, and my games were supposed to last me 12 hours of driving. That meant if I knew exactly what I was doing, I can get this game done in less than an hour. Even kid version of me would throw this game away as soon as I got done with it. Now, here's the big question. Why did little kid me never hear about this game when it came out? Well, it's actually kind of hard to figure out. Some sites are saying that the release date's in September, and some sites are saying that the release date is in November. Either way, this came out in the fall of 2000. Do you know what else was coming out in fall of 2000? I'll give you guys a second. Pokemon Gold and Silver came out in 2000. This game was clearly not even rushed out the door. It doesn't even look like there was even any effort put into this game, because they knew exactly when it was going to come out. You know, right before or after one of the biggest sequels that were going on at the time. You know, oh, we're going to come out at the same time, Pokemon Gold and Silver. Oh, crap. Oh. Here you go. And that was pretty much about it. Because this game felt like there's little to no effort. All the references and story materials were literally just felt like they were put it on a piece of paper and handed to the developer and say, hey, we need a game containing at least this. There was nothing in this game to make little me, current me, actually look at this game and keep it. And with this starting episode, because this one is so rage-inducing, I'm actually introducing a rating system on the show. Granted, it's going to be kind of gimmicky, but then again, this deserves it. What the rating system is going to be is basically going to be out of $5, kind of like out of 5 stars. So what does this game get? 50 cents out of 5. Or a 0.5 out of 5. I have never been insulted as a gamer. I've never been insulted as an Animorphs fan. And I deeply, deeply regret buying this game. I'm telling all of you out there. Only to seek this game out, to bury it, forget it, and not even look at it. Throw that game away, forget about it, just like the developers did. Shoot. You know what I think about this game? I don't even think this game is crap. I think it's a fart. Because at least craps require effort to push out. Anybody can slip out a fart. And with that over, guys, stay away from Animorphs. And I'll see you guys next week. Hopefully on something better. Something very less rage-inducing and very peaceful and calm. Until then, guys, I am gone. I am Ghost, and I'm out of here. And I'll see you guys next week.